I rise to present SB 185, Investing with Values and Responsibility. This measure requires our public employee retirement systems, both CalPERS as well as CalSTRS, to divest their holdings in thermal coal companies and prohibit new investments in coal. Mr. President, as well as colleagues, the age of coal, quite frankly, is coming to an end. The fact is, investing in coal is simply not worth the risk. With each passing day, the writing on the wall becomes clearer and clearer. Our policies, our technologies, our global markets are moving in concert away from coal. But don't take my word for it. Instead, listen to Robert Murray, founder, CEO of Murray Energy, the third largest coal company in the nation. He said just recently, and I quote, "Every major coal company in this country is either going to be broken up or sold or in bankruptcy," end quote. Meanwhile, shares in Arch Coal, the second largest coal company in the nation, averaged less than $1 in May and were trading for just 55 cents last week, putting the company at risk of being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Bottom line, so we can accelerate this, the reality is coal is a bad investment for our pensioners in the state of California because of the values, but also, too, it sends a very clear message that we cannot import coal into the state of California and continuously impact the lives of children and their lungs in the state of California. For CalPERS, the current holdings of coal is less than 1%. It is 0.000, that's 3 zeros. I'm going to follow still with 2 more digits, 57. It's 0.00057. That's the actual holdings that CalPERS have of thermal coal, companies in Wyoming and elsewhere. On the economic argument, to be specific, on the economic argument, obviously, I won't go into the environmental argument. We talked a lot about that in 350. But if you don't buy, again, the moral argument, then the economic argument is a reality. The reality is Credit Suisse rating agency just called our nation's largest coal companies in dire straits. It is a bad investment, and that value is dropping every single day. This is simply the right thing to do. Now, we have a fiduciary responsibility, obviously, to the pensioners, first and foremost, no doubt about it. This is the right bet. And again, in a very thoughtful manner, we've been engaging with the CIOs, as well as the CEOs, as well as the members of the governance structure, not in a political way, but rather numbers and cents, looking over, algorithms and looking over the numbers. I gotta say, it's a safe bet. This may not even have to be statutory at the end of the day, but we're able to figure this out without moving the measure forward, because the end goal, obviously, is to invest in value that provides for the pensioners and to make sure we get out of companies that are right now, quite frankly, destroying our environment, impacting health impacts for our children in the state of California, from the importation of the product. As was mentioned a few moments ago from the senator from the peninsula, obviously Peabody and Arch and others, folks from Wyoming, are trying to find new markets and emerging markets, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in South America, whether it's in China. But even the Chinese and the Politburo are figuring out soon that the health impacts are just too much for the Chinese to fuel their new power plants in China. This is the right thing to do. With that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator De Leon. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. No. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines.
No.
No. Gaggiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Leno. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Roth. No. Runner. No. Stone. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, call the absent members.
Hertzberg, Lotta, Leno, Nilsson, Pavley, I, Stone. No.
Ayes 22, noes 14, measure passes.